Hey, I'm Dave.
And I'm Joshua from We Came as Romans.
And you're watching Moshcam.
The guys really like Fireball.
Yeah.
I'll put that out there before anything starts.
Yeah, we recently got endorsed by Fireball. It's a kind of Canadian whiskey. And even though we're endorsed by it, we still ask for it on our rider, just because we like it so much. There are things, though, that are more necessities on the rider list, you know, like throat coat tea is like, it's gold to me. And, you know, this basic thing, sage towels, water, but on the rider, definitely Fireball is our favorite thing.
I try to get tofurkey because I'm the only like vegetarian, so sometimes it's kind of hard to eat, so it's just like fake deli meat, and that really saves me a lot of the time when they're like, well, there's McDonald's and that's it, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't eat anything there, so I can dig it out of the fridge. I think it's a pretty unanimous vote for our whole band. Probably the single off our most recent CD. We open with this called Tracing Back Roots, and then towards the end of the set we play a song called Hope that's also off that CD. And those songs are just awesome, generally. I mean, Hope I think is our biggest song. So of course that's gotta be like the most fun to play when the crowd's going the most nuts for that. And then when we open, like Tracing Back Roots is just a lot of heavy parts, so it's just kind of moving around and doing whatever.
Yeah, I'd say those, and then I also like playing a song called Present, Future, and Past. It's kind of like towards the end of our set, and that song's fun too, it's just heavy and easy to move to.
Ghosts.
Oh, Ghosts is so much fun to play too.
There's a few for me personally. The first time we played a festival in the States called Bamboozle, it was like our first like festival show really ever, and we didn't know really what to expect, and we ended up playing and there was like 4,000 or 5,000 people there, and it was like insane, and we had no idea that it was going to turn out that way. And then on the US Warped Tours, when we play the Detroit date, that's like our hometown show, those shows always seem to be really, really memorable.
I think when we played Detroit with the U's too.
Oh yeah, that one.
In the winter, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely memorable.
We just did the London Warped Tour date, was probably our best show that we've ever played in Europe, I think.
Yeah, that was,
it was
sick.
Insane.
I used to give a little pep talk before we played, and we've been on the road now for like almost 3 months straight. So I'm kind of running out of things to say, so Andy recently took over. And it's usually just, we get in a circle and Andy's like, all right guys. And he usually just says some complete nonsense for about 20 seconds, and then we chant the first thing that comes to his mind, and then we go on stage.
Andy's our bass player. He's like the class clown. He's probably the goofiest person I've ever met in my life. And he is the self-proclaimed king of comedy,
Sultan of comedy, yeah.
Sultan of comedy. Captain Funny. He calls himself Captain Funny, literally. But yeah, he's hilarious, and since we've been gone for so long, we just let him entertain us, essentially. When we tour in the States, I'll bring like my Xbox with me, and I'll play like Call of Duty probably once or twice a week. Dave plays a lot of like single-player games in like the back of our bus in the States, but it's a little different when we're overseas, like in Europe and stuff.
You gotta get creative, sometimes pull the cards out and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we play a game that's definitely a Midwest thing, like around the Michigan area. It's called Euchre.
Yeah, and it's just a card game.
If you watched it happen, you'd have no idea what was going on, but if we explained the rules to you, you'd be like, oh, okay, you'd get it, and it's really fun because you can actually like, you actually have to count cards in it and stuff like that, and you use only a fraction of the deck, and it's really fun, really fast.
Yeah, that's
cool.
I think that's a really unique thing to us, because it's really just like a specific part of the United States really knows how to play it. So, yeah, it makes me feel special.
I think my favorite fan encounter lately was at Warped Tour in America. I was doing vocal lessons on certain days, and I met this kid, and he had just been through a lot, and it was cool to see someone so young that like has unfortunately gone through so many bad things really like pull himself out of it all and like get his life straight and on his own. It was pretty cool to talk to him.
Yeah. The very first time we did Warped Tour in 2011, the very first day, I met someone, and they came to our signing, and they're like, hey, if you have a moment after, like, I'd love to talk to you. I was was like, cool. And so after our signing, I went and just talked to him, and he was just telling me about all these things that he had gone through in his life and how our band had really helped him out of it. And it was really cool. And from that point forward, every time we'd like roll through Texas, like I'd guest listen for our shows, and he'd come. And very recently, on our last headliner, when we rolled through Texas, he actually came on stage and sang some guest vocals with us. His name's Troy. He's just a really cool dude.
He was so nervous.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he was gonna like pass out or something.
Yeah,
but he killed it.
Yeah, and it all just started by just him being like, "Thank you for what you're doing." And it was just awesome, and now he's just like, like a friend of the band, and it's cool.
He's a good guy.